Alistair, how's it going, mate? Can you hear me? You can be the person who tells me if my mic's working or not today. Fucking I went live bang on 9. Ash, how's it going, mate? Alice is working fine, is it? Cool. Nice. Nice, mate. What are you all up to anyway? Alistair, whereabouts are you, mate? You're in the UK, right? Whereabouts? Sorry if you're not. I think you are, though, aren't you? Yeah, I'm alright. I'm alright. My arse is still fucked, though. It reeks around here. I've turned this room into a techno gas furnace where anyone who enters dies from marsh gas. The lights on my RGB keyboard have just turned green. Holland. Sorry, Alistair. Oh yeah, that's right. That's why I didn't think you were in the UK. Yeah, all right. Yeah, cool. How come you moved to Holland then, mate? From Singapore? Did you get kicked out? Oh, you're from the UK. Right, yeah, that's it. That's it. Sorry, Alistair, mate. Got all confused there. Yeah. Work. Yeah, fair enough. A short enough answer. Ash, what are you working on, mate? What tracks are you working on? What are you doing? What synths and software and shit are you doing? Tell me. How many people we got? 4. All right. Oh yeah, Ash as well. Tell me how Massive X is going for you. I did get it. I robbed it. I stole it. But I haven't really delved into it. I used to be to build instruments. What do you mean? Like presets, right? You're programming Massive X. You're programming presets in Massive X, yeah. All right, cool. Who's Cade? Who's a double Everest? Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Single one's enough, innit? Who else we got? Say hello, lads. Right. Steep learning curve. Francis K. I don't know who he is, mate. Yeah, Ash. I reckon the easiest synth to probably get into would be Massive, not Massive X. That's probably the easiest one, or something like Zeta. But they're all. You might as well just go through the learning process of any of them. Massive X was all right. You can't really judge a synth on its presets, right? But all right, D123. You can't really judge a synth on its presets, but the presets in Massive X sort of had me thinking that perhaps it lends itself to the kind of tech house digital sort of sound, and I'm sure you can do more than that with it, right? But I use Zebra too because I find the filters are a bit more wild and resi, right? A bit more analog in the way that they fly out of control quite quickly, and I quite like that. I feel like I'm taming a beast with Zebra. Whereas Massive X, I felt like it was all very controlled. But that's the interface, and that's just how I feel about it. If I spent ages with it, I'd probably get into it more and stuff. I have got it. I'll tell you what, mate. If if you want to do a collaboration on anything, right? Let's just use what software you are more comfortable with, because I've been doing this since I was basically 11, so I can do whatever. So you tell me which ones you want to use, and I'll learn it, and then we can go through it together, and we can probably find some cool shit about it together. Hey, D123, yeah, Ableton is good. I was really, I wouldn't say anti-Ableton, but I was really, I didn't like the look of it when I tried it when it first came out, right? I've been doing this audio shit for fucking ages, man. I've been through everything. I started off on the Amiga with sound trackers, and then I had, at the same time, I managed to get a Roland MC303, which is not a 303. It's not a TB303. The MC303 was like a groove box they came up with. I had one of them secondhand for a bit. I used that. Then I had on the Amiga, I was using Sound Tracker, Fast Tracker, Pro Tracker. Basically the trackers, the 4-track trackers. Then Octamed, which is 8, which wasn't a true 8, but it was a sort of false 8. Then I had a Soundmaster plugin, a Soundmaster sampler, which you plug in the back of the parallel port, SCSI port, I think, in the back of the Amiga. And I had various tape decks and shit, and I had a keyboard. Then I got then around the year 2000, 1999, I built my first desktop computer when I was 20, and then that was a AMD rig. I can get into all that. I won't tell you the details. That was fucking cool, and that was my first exploration into the PC world of audio. And I had Logic 5.1 with that, and that was my first getting into plugins. I tried Reason, I tried Rebirth, and I tried Acid. What else was I using? All sorts of different plugins. I used to like the ES1 plugin in Logic. That was fucking great. I got some really good bass sounds out of that. Amazing. Then I had some Techno monitors and a M-Audio keyboard. So I've done all that, and I've got all the way through from 2000 to 2020. That's 20 years on PC, plus another 10 almost on Amiga, right? So I kept the Amiga after it died. The Amiga went bankrupt in 1996, 70 sort of thing, didn't it? And then I had an Amiga 500 at first, then I had a Amiga 1200, which I bought off my mate who I used to live with. So I've been doing this for fucking ages, man. So I had Ableton when it first came out, but I didn't, when I say I had, I mean, I've always fucking stole software. I have actually bought software as well that I really like, but I've managed to rob it and try it. I tried Ableton before, and I couldn't get my head around it. I didn't like it, because I think that when I first tried it, Ableton was more focused on that session view, and there wasn't really an arranger. It wasn't really an arrangement view there. It was really primitive. And I was like, why the fuck do I care about this? I'd rather just use Logic or Cubase SX2, which I was using a lot of back then. Then around 2003, 2004, I discovered Renoise, which is a tracker, right? And then from there, it was just fucking, yes, that's it. Because that Renoise software, when I played it on my PC compared to the Cubase and stuff, Cubase and Logic always sounded a bit plasticky, bit like hard to get a good sound out of. Whereas Renoise, when I hit play on that, it was like fucking bang. Like it just sounded louder and stronger and better. And I put that down to, hello Hambini, and I put that down to it being, the timing being better, because there always used to be timing issues. All right, Daniel. There always used to be timing issues on old software, and I think there still is in a way with PC and stuff. But Renoise seemed to get around that. I don't know how. I think Renoise sat in the DirectX engine, and therefore it was almost like it was running as a game, right? And I think that the timing for games in the DirectX engine was better than if it was running native in a C++ compiled in thing directly on Windows. I don't really know the details, but I think, speaking to loads of guys who used to program the stuff back then, I think that was it. So the timing you used to be able to get out of Renoise was fucking way better, which came across as being sort of harder and more more quantized and stuff, so it was really, really strong, the sound as well, the engine. I remember back in the day there used to be these gigantic fights and shit on forums about which sound engine was the best, which software had the best summing engine, and Renoise always used to get slagged off, and Fruity Loops was all right, and Logic and that were all the big boy ones and all that kind of shit, but it's all like the same now. But Ableton has slowly over the years really sort of got better, and I really only recently got into it. So I'm still a beginner, I guess, in Ableton, but it's all transferable knowledge. But yeah, like I think it's good now. And the other thing that is good about Ableton, which it should be considered nowadays, is the how fucking easy it is to get information about it. So if you're a beginner and you want to learn stuff, I think most people just learn by looking on YouTube now, don't they, for tutorials and shit. Ableton has far and away the most people making videos on how to do stuff in it on YouTube and in forums and stuff. So if you get stuck, or if you want someone to teach you how to do a specific thing, or how to make a specific sound, or how to process something, mate, it's just so much fucking information out there. I don't particularly need that. I'm not saying I'm amazing, but I just have that much experience, and I've worked in sound studios as well. I know how it all goes and all that fucking shit. But yeah, Ableton is good like that, and it's pretty fucking nice. I haven't watched your Sunday roast yet, Hambini. Sorry, mate. I've been busy making a track, all right, with your vocals in it and shit. What are you saying? Ash? I've come to music production from the perspective that if it can make the sound I want, I'll use that. Yes, that is a way of thinking about it. But the other way to think about it is that anything really, and anything that can make a tone can kind of make any sound that you want, right? I think the best synths at the moment, for the best sound generators, the best synths at the moment are probably Serum, because Serum's got excellent filters. I don't particularly like the crowd that has adopted Serum and used it a lot, which is like the EDM kind of, what do you call it, primary colour sound bunch of dickheads who just make stuff that's bright and really strong and stuff without any subtlety. All right, George. But I do reckon that Serum has the capabilities of putting out some fucking excellent sound quality, right? Another synths, so Zebra's good like that. Zebra has a slightly different, its oscillators feel a bit different to Serum. Serum feels very sort of high res digitally, almost like sort of HD sound, if that makes any sense, whereas Zebra feels a bit more like it's a bit more wild sounding, the oscillators. I don't know how they've done it. I'm not an oscillator programmer, so I don't really know the ins and outs of it, but that's how it feels to me. Yeah, anyway. So tonight, what we're going to do is I'm going to play you what I've got so far, and then you lot can give me feedback. Tell me what you reckon I could change, what I can do to it, what I can add to it, what I can take away, and all that sort of shit, what needs to be improved. And then I'll fuck off again and work on it for a few days and come back with hopefully something that's basically nearly finished. I have done loads of work on this, and I spent ages making some vocal chains. Now, a vocal chain, if you give a shit, or a chain in when we're talking about sequencing and all that sort of stuff, is not like a chain on a bike, right? A chain is just a load of different effects that are lined up in a row to achieve a certain sound, right? So you can't just get one sound that you want by just putting one effect on. You've got to layer them up, right? Like anything in computers. So yeah. So that's it really. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this mic down so it doesn't get any feedback. And then I'm going to play what I've got so far. And you can let me know. Now, when you make music, right, just so you know, just so you don't tell me this is wrong with it already, because I fucking know everything that's wrong with it at the moment. When you make electronic music, when you make any music, which involves recording and layering stuff up in sequencers, there's several stages to it, all right? The first stage is just jamming. So my first video was me just sort of looping things up and getting it going and stuff. The second stage is just layering it and building it up and building up the composition and stuff and getting the sounds going. The third stage is working on that, fine-tuning it, adding to it, making the sound bigger, getting it sort of balanced off a bit, getting the levels sort of all right as they sit next to each other, and then adding to the sounds and trying to get things how you want. And then the fourth stage is really fine-tuning it down and getting everything exactly fucking right. I'm sort of in between stage 3 and stage 4 at the moment. After that, stage 5, it would be a case of printing each track down so it's set, right? And then each track, I'll then open a new project, import all those printed tracks into the new track, into the new project, and then there I'll be mixing it, right? Which is when that's the sort of mixing engineer stage, which is when you introduce some perhaps external hardware and so on, and some processing. So the mixing stage is not actually changing the music or the composition. The mixing stage is getting each track to sound right in relation to the other one, processing it, adding loads of different things to sort of warm it up or thicken it up or thin it out or make sure that it's technically right so it's not clashing with other sounds and shit. That's the mixing process. Get it all absolutely perfect. Once that's done, we'll bounce that down to a single track, and that will be easily good enough for Hambini or anyone to play on their YouTube channel, probably fucking better than most stuff you can get. From there, if I really wanted to go hard, I would then take that finished track, that final thing, put it into another new project, and then do this stage called mastering. Now, despite what most people think, that the only real people who can do mastering are mastering engineers who have access to loads and loads of external hardware. I don't really care what anyone says, you can't do it inside the box, right? You need to have external hardware and shit to run it through. Look at anyone like Bob Katz, who's really the granddad of all this sort of thing. He states, correctly so, that you can't do mastering unless you get it out of the box, run it through some tape, run it through some boxes, some sort of amplification, and then you need to make sure that every level is correct for broadcast and so on, right? That's true mastering. The mastering that people think about on the internet now is like essentially mixing, but mixing on a single track that's been bounced down. I'll be doing a mixture of that and the Bob Katz version. I haven't got a lot of shit here, but I can certainly get it out of the box and record it into something and put it back in and all that kind of crap. That's unnecessary for Hambini's needs, but I'm still going to do it anyway because I like doing that sort of fucking shit. Anyway, all right. So given this, I'm between stage 3 and 4. So there's a chance that some of the stuff in this track is going to sound too loud. Some of it's not going to sound loud enough. Some of it's not going to be in the right place. One bit's going to sound a bit fucking weird. One bit's going to cut out too soon. Maybe a synthesizer is going to sound a bit too muffled for a bit. Maybe a filter's going to sort of activate too quickly. Maybe the kick drum don't sound right. Maybe the hi-hats are a bit annoying, a bit too clangy. All that, I know all that before we play it, right? So you don't need to say that sort of shit. If you want to give me any feedback on it, it would be more about the composition structure and any suggestions about how to make it more interesting, maybe to add certain sounds or to manipulate certain sounds that are there, rather than the sort of technical housekeeping mixing aspect of it, all right? Because that'll all be done in due course, all right? Does all that make sense, lads? I'll tell you what, the fucking amount of tea I drink is insane. The amount of tea I drink. All right. Okay then. Hambini, tell me, Hambini, are you there? Are you going to be ready to listen to this? I've been working all fucking down this for you. All right. If he's buggered off, I'll play it anyway. All right. What day is it? Is it Sunday? Yeah. All right, you ready then? Are you ready? So I'm going to play this. Yeah? Say yeah in the chat. Let me know if you're ready. Do it. Daniel says do it. All right, fuck it. Let's go, yeah? Oh, I'm turning the mic down for a bit. I'm turning the mic down.
the design by shitbags, and now I'm going to prove it. SRAM GXP has the design by shitbags, and now I'm going to prove it. Fuckwittism, engineering fuckwittism, dickheads. By Hambini, fight.
Yeah. So there you go. What do you reckon to that then? Still needs a bit of tweaking, but you get the idea. Sick, yeah. Cheers, mate. Cheers. Once it's had a good mix down, and once I clean the vocals up a bit so you can hear each word and all that kind of shit, make it a bit more legible, and widen it up and that, the vocals, so they sit around the outer edges as well as down the middle. That's going to be a fucking banger. Give that kick a bit. I was thinking about adding another sort of arpeggiated synth along the top when the second drop comes in to give it some real fucking kick. Yeah, but that's it. I think I've just answered your question, haven't I, Ash? So there's a bit of a delay on this chat. Yeah. Yeah, listing the bearing brands. Yeah, cheers, T123. That made me laugh. The shrieking hello bit just fucking cracks me up as well. At the end of every bar, I don't know, that is, for some reason, that's been making me laugh for quite some time. Every time I hear it, it just, I don't know. I decided to put a massive reverb on it, so it just goes hello and just fucking screams into the distance like that. Hopefully, I've done his intro justice there. Yeah, I'm just saving it. There you go. Audio might have fucked up then. Yeah. So that's that. I ain't stayed online much longer tonight, so it's 9:30 and I've got some Easter eggs to eat and all that. And when I say Easter eggs to eat, I literally mean that. I don't mean, you know what I mean. All right. Yeah, another synth. Yeah, some sort of higher, yeah, D123. Some sort of like high-end kind of like some rhythmical high-end sort of thing on top, an arpeggiator, really to give it some sort of high-end trancey energy. Yeah, I totally agree. Yep. Do you know what we could do? Beach, yeah, let's get a music video down. Okay. Nutty nut, all right, mate. So in the chat, please post your ideas for the music video. My contribution to the music video ideas would be loads of tablets, right, flying around in 3D, like bouncing around. So we could use Blender, we could use their realistic physics thing. We could model some tablets, right, and we can emboss Hambini's face or the Hambini logo in there, like an ecstasy tablet, and have loads of them just sort of like bouncing off each other and around in a sort of physics environment, like zooming in and out as well, like a 90s rave thing. Yeah. So I know the synths are all quite low end at the moment. We need something on top just to give it a little, to occupy that high end range of melody, I guess. Yeah, I completely agree. D123. I'll get that done. In fact, I think I stuck some notes in my file here. I'll show you. Yeah, there you go. I said stick an ARP in there. More Vox, put an ARP there. Yeah, a high-end ARP. I'll do that. Well, I won't do it now, but I will. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. A crayon-drawn video. Yeah. We need to have the Disney princess blanket. All right. It needs to be a collaboration though between me, Hambini, and whoever else wants to get fucking involved. So everyone's little trademark can be involved in there. We'll have the Hambini, what do you call it? Hamster logo embossed on an ecstasy tablet bouncing around. We need some grim, dark shit in there as well. And then whatever else. Yeah. Frozen tablets. Yeah. We could have the entire video playing, but playing in have an outline on the video of like in PowerPoint, right? So we could have PowerPoint on the screen, and then the video just plays inside PowerPoint with some sort of squiggles that are all over it. Yeah. Yeah, I accidentally had my speakers on. I accidentally had my sound card turned up max on these Yamahas, and I played that hello bit earlier, and I fucking swear they must have heard it down the street. I nearly shook the window out. It was brilliant. Yeah. All right. All right. How long have we been on for? 35 minutes. Yeah. I reckon I'm gonna fuck off because I'm knackered. But I will be online again tomorrow night. I did. Yeah. Vaporwave to early 2000s PowerPoint aesthetics. Yep. And we can have a fake Windows crash halfway through. It just goes dung, like a blue screen of death or something. Yeah. Get some MSN Messenger samples in there as well. That'd be good. Anyway, yeah. So I'm off ski, but I'll be back tomorrow. What's his name? Lantern Rouge did ask me to do an ASMR point of view component take apart and put back together tonight, and I did say I was going to do that, but then I got carried away with making this remix and decided I had to show it off because Hambini's been bothering me about getting it to him, so that happened tonight instead. So sorry, Lantern Rouge, if you were expecting some sort of kinky, like doing that with components. I'll do that another night for you, you dirty old sod. Yeah. All right. Well, have a nice Easter, everyone. Message me if you have any more ideas for this music, or you want to change anything, or you have got any suggestions, post it in the comments. All right. And I'll take it on board and I'll edit it. All right. And also, if you've got any ideas for the video that we're going to make for this, post that in the comments as well, so we can get all the ideas together and we can get on with it. Yeah. Plus, if anyone wants to do any collaborations with other music, let me know. It'd be a laugh. Yeah. So that's that. Have a nice Sunday. Yeah. Later.